Oh. Well, guys, it's the end. We made it to the end. Not like, you know, the end of like this, stack hunts, but like made it to the end of the hunting season. You've probably moved on to like bigger YouTube channels, but a whole lot less funny. And I get it, you know, I would do the same, but I would always come running back to old dad, you know, just saying. A great thing to do would be to go over to Dak Adventures. It's my other channel. I do think you guys are gonna seriously love my coyote hunts, squirrel hunts, turkey hunts, all of that stuff. And anywho, it wasn't my best performing year, but nonetheless, it was a pretty bonerific year. And if you want to see what's in store for next year, I suggest that you subscribe, because once you hit that subscribe button, it makes your ding-a-ling just a little bit longer. So strap on, strap in. Let's see how great this hunting season was. If any of you guys are new to the channel, you guys might have forgot about the original bone dog I was hunting to start off this year, Padfoot. Oh, that dusty little turd eluded me all season. But the early season hunts for him led to some of my favorite hunts this year. First night out, we ended up seeing this 8 with a kicker. I don't have a name for him yet. Potentially could be our Woody. I don't know. But then also we got our first glimpse at a deer that we all know now as Peeping Tom.
After seeing Peeping Tom the first night, I knew I was in for a fun season. The very next hunt, we got to see a buck now named Wally. And it didn't take long this night to once again have a glance at our boy, Peeping Tom Riddle. After this hunt, I pulled a camera, and a new buck had entered the octagon that once again grabbed my attention.
This is a buck I called Mad Eye Moody. He was an absolute giant, and I wish I would have hunted him harder, but I ended up trying to hunt him one time in this bottom field, and then I ended up hunting him on this logging road one time as well.
The first hunt for Mad Eye Moody was a shot in the dark. He had worked his scrape a few nights in this bottom field, so I figured I'd go to my old stomping grounds to see if I could get lucky. I ended up seeing a decent amount of small bucks and does, but definitely not Mad Eye Moody. I definitely have a few plans next season for this area, so hopefully you guys subscribe so you can see those. And the very next hunt for Mad Eye was in the place he was frequenting a lot, and this ended up being one of my favorite hunts of the year.
This is my story, raised in a small town trying to burn out in glory, yeah. I never quite grasped it, this world that was my surroundings. My heart screamed out for more. It's the storm inside.
You know, as the season went on, my hopes of like harvesting Padfoot, you know, the hope was diminishing. I mean, he went MIA. I knew he was probably on the neighbor, and so I didn't want to like stress out about it. But that meant a new giant had to step into the arena and take his place. This is a deer I like to call Scabbers. It's funny because whenever Scabbers initially showed up on camera, first that was Padfoot that initially showed up. Turns out, entirely different deer. And then the one night I chose to hunt a different evening stand, Scabbers daylighted. The only time he ever daylighted was this one night, and I missed my opportunity, but you know what they say, shit happens.
Once Scabbers started showing up on camera and me missing an opportunity, I decided to spend a lot of time trying to catch him slipping again before rifle season. I hunted Scabbers hard and never saw the deer once on foot. It seemed as if every night I was there, he wasn't. And every night I wasn't there, he was. He better be careful next year, though. That's all I got to say.
Once late October and November hits, the time horizon just kind of disappears. The deer season starts flying by. I lose track of everything, spots I would like to hunt, deer I'm even chasing. But this year I did not forget about a spot that I wanted to hunt so bad for many years. I set out this blind about 3 weeks in advance, and my super secret spot paid off this year, guys.
I don't think you guys truly understand how great of a spot this is, and I'm hoping it has the same mojo next year. But anyways, this morning was a great first hunt for this blind. Rain was in the forecast, but I knew that the week before rifle season tends to make for some of the best hunts of the year, and little to no time, a buck called Butterbeer decided to show up.
Cigarettes on the table, dirty plates on the stove. I don't know if you know where to start, but I know where you'd like to be. I'm afraid that I've lost you, 'cause you're hiding from me. Yeah, it shows that it's cost you a lot to be like the rest of us. To be like the rest of us.
Smoking?
I think so.
Sounded really good.
I heard it hit.
Shh. No, it sounded really good. It's right there. He's going down, I think.
I will say, tracking in the rain, not ideal. Thank God she saw him as Dakin's like on his hands and knees, like sucking blood off the fucking ground. Good job. Dude, this is honestly, literally this morning, I was like, we're gonna call this deer Butterbeer because I just needed a name for him. Oh, dude, I see he has like trash, it looks like, too. Look at the mess. Look at the mess. Holy, pull him up, babe, hold him.
Thanks, babe.
You know, after Butterbeer got his nuts popped, I was like, you know, maybe the whole "you don't kill anything" comments would end. No, they didn't. They're actually still happening. Speaking of all your guys' tasty comments, now would be a great time to I guess name some of my favorite comments from this year. Let's call this segment Dakin's Fave Comments. Number one, I actually do love this comment so much. I love how you turn the silence of hunting so fun. Guys, that's the goal. Hunting is extremely boring. I think it is up to the hunter and the content creator to make it a little more enjoyable. You know, you can mess around a lot and just entertain yourself and just have a lot of fun during the process. So I love that comment so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hopefully this year we can continue to make hunting so fun again. Number two, yo, I love your videos. I watch them every day. I have been trying so hard to get a big buck this season, but I haven't been able to pull it off. Keep up your good work, because besides my parents, you are the only person that will make me laugh when I get home from school. Honestly, guys, this comment made me a little sad when I first read it. But then I understood that, you know, the content that we create here isn't necessarily just about hunting. It's about entertainment. It gives you guys an opportunity to escape from anything, any problem that you're going away with. And hopefully I can make you laugh. Hopefully I can make you smile and just forget about any struggle, anything in your life for just a little while. Damn, Dakin, that was a good rhyme. Fuck. Number three. Oh, you know, I had an endless amount of hate comments in this one. This one took the cake. I enjoy it. Just when I thought Bomar was the biggest turd on YouTube, now there's this guy. That's me. Hey guys, you know, I've never won anything in my life, so I'll take biggest turd. They never handed a trophy out for largest balls on YouTube, so once they start handing that one out, I'll win that one as well. But in the meantime, I will beat Josh Bomar in biggest turd contest. Rifle season is here. I had high expectations going into this rifle season. Rifle season is the best time to hunt in Missouri, bar none. You get the gun, it's peak rut, everything's going good, mojo's high. And I was also really hoping to see a deer I called Prongs. He was a 4.5-year-old absolute stud, giant. I was gonna pass him, probably stupidly, just because I wanted to see him at 5.5. He was the buck that Greg and I filmed that I initially called the big bald buck, and so yeah, 4.5 years old. Prongs, he He didn't make it, guys. He got shot by the neighbor. So we'll never get to know what prongs would look like at 5.5, but we do know he was an absolute giant at 4.5. So with that being said, rest in peace, Prongy. So in honor of prongs, let's just go through the first week of rifle season together.
This is gonna be the brutal beast that I take out tomorrow. A lot of you guys are curious as to what I shoot. Most of the videos that you guys have seen, I've shot the 30-06, 350 Legend. This year I'm gonna be shooting a 300 Win Mag. This thing is an absolute fucking tank. I feel like a holiday plumpkin right now. It's foggy today. Windy as hell. I can't even begin to tell you how many deer I saw this first week in a rifle season. But with that being said, nothing mature stepped out for me.
So, you know, even with prongs getting pounded, I had a lot of really good hunts, and the second week was no different.
The second weekend was even better. I had this beautiful 8 come out behind me, and if it wasn't for a tournament, I would have blasted him. I am hoping to catch him again this coming fall.
This is my story, raised in a small town trying to burn out in glory. Yeah, I never quite grasped it, this world that was my surroundings. My heart screamed out for more. It's the storm inside that's breaking my heart each morning.
And then right after that was my favorite season of the year, which is so unbelievable anymore that I'm ever saying this. Young Dakin would never say this. Poon season is my favorite season. And this year, I had some great luck as well.
Poon season. Yeah, dude, we get to shoot some does today. And honestly, it's becoming probably my favorite season out of all these. I just have so many cockleburrs on my pants right now. And I got a cock in my pants, I'm right. But as you can see, I have a little block behind me right here. And that is because in this corner, deer can pick me off so quick if they come out of here and they just see this absolute dime piece of a silhouette sitting here. So only one thing to do, and that's just to sit here and see if something cool happens. That's running behind me. We should have back right. Okay, so there's actually 2 does. They never walked anywhere where I could shoot. They kind of cut back in this corner. Literally like 4 does. All of them stayed behind this like little corner. I could get them on camera, but my shooting, like I'd have to shoot at a severe angle, left-handed. Oh wait, never mind. Hold on. That's a good doe.
Tree, last weekend of
This doe hunt right here was one of my best hunts of the year. And yes, guys, our boy Wally made it to live another year. We love that guy.
Dobby doesn't.
This night I saw a buck I hadn't seen all year, and I don't have a name for him yet, but I do think this bone dog could be called Woody. He's gonna be a massive boner, so the name is fitting. Speaking of naming deer, that reminds me of all of our piss talks, guys. Let's talk about the top 3 piss talks from this year. Number 1, naming deer. I reiterate this in my piss talk, but I just wanna say, guys, it makes it easier for me to identify a creature. If I say, oh boy, I see Padfoot, the viewer then knows I got a massive boner in the field. I'm not gonna use any of these cheesy ass names, Big Ten Kicker. That's whenever I'm against naming deer, whenever you're extremely basic and dumb. This 2024 season, the theme was Harry Potter. 2025, the theme is undecided. So if you guys have any ideas for themes, drop them in the comments below. Number 2, crossbows. You can say I sit when I pee. I personally don't care. I don't know what everybody's big deal is with people using crossbows. Not only crossbows. This guy was talking about one of my doe season hunts, and he was like, you're using a gun. It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. The tag's filled either way, so you're wrong. It does count. And then I just called him Mr. Long Dong. And so he said, I thank you for pointing out that I have a big pecker. It's probably why I use a bow like a real man, and why you use a gun and have a little pecker. Point in case. Hey guys, listen, if it's a dick measuring contest, I've already said I'm gonna lose. So I don't care if I'm shooting with a gun, a crossbow, a bow. I am gonna use a traditional bow this coming year. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna try to shoot a doe. And then once I do, I guess that's gonna stretch me out. So I want an apology after that, especially if you're a younger generation hunter. Don't listen to anybody. If you wanna use a crossbow, if you wanna use a gun, it doesn't matter. As long as you fill your tag, as long as you're happy killing that deer, they say you're not a real man because you do something, lick my balls. And with that, number 3, my standard is not your standard. Just because I'm passing deer and the caliber of deer doesn't mean that like you have to. And then if you do shoot a smaller deer, that's great as long as you're happy with it, but don't hate on other people for passing them just so they can harvest a bigger deer. So that brings us to muzzleloader season. This is the final stretch of the year, guys. This is usually where I call it and I hang it up. And this year I ended up having some of my best hunts during muzzleloader season. As I was transitioning into this, started getting pictures of a buck I call Dobby. He was showing up in the morning so much in this secret spot that I filmed my wife shooting her buck. And so I ended up hunting in mornings in this late season. I don't recommend late season hunting. You guys know how much I fucking hate it. And so here are those morning hunts.
I'm going to be hunting this large nut Larry on my other channel, Dak Adventures, so don't forget about it. I saw like a video saying, are late season mornings overlooked? No, they're absolutely placed where they deserve to be because they're dog shit.
So yeah, the mornings, they were some busted nuts. But my afternoon hunts, they were absolute bangers, guys. I ended up seeing so many deer. And I ended up having my best encounters with Peeping Tom this muzzleloader season, and he did look, in fact, pretty rough.
You feel like summer days to me, warm, tender, sunny rays. I hope that we are meant to be. You say nothing at all when we meet, yet somehow I know you're.
I see a big scar on his side. That deer is gonna be a giant next year.
I'm ready. Picture frames, lavender paint. They all live here within this.
I didn't tell you guys this the night it happened because I didn't have video evidence of it, but I guess I can just go ahead and say it. So the last muzzleloader hunt I had this year, I ended up seeing Dobby way across the field at like 200 plus yards, and it was just at last light. Literally my camera was going in and out of focus, so I couldn't even fucking video him, so I was so pissed. But there's my secret, guys. So with that, I hope you guys are seriously as excited as I am for this coming year. I have tons of content coming out, so I will see you guys very, very soon.
Straight out of Compton, crazy mother. named Ice Cube.